This is News 12. I'm Jane Fergus. Well, there's a new art installation in an unlikely place that you may want to check out, and Rockland artist Lisa Levart is the woman behind it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the art exhibit that we're talking about is actually in a mall. Tell us a little bit about where it is and how this happened.
All right, it's at the Palisades Mall. It's a 4-story installation that's between Best Buy and JCPenney, and it's best seen from the 2nd or 3rd floor.
Okay, and so now one of your messages is to spread diversity and community. Tell us a little bit about how you're spreading that message.
Well, I see the installation as a window into the multiple cultures and sacred traditions that are shaping our world, and in particular Rockland County. Each of the women would pick a sacred myth or a sacred life story that in some way they connected to or was special to them, and then they interpreted it.
All right, well, let's take a look at some of your work then.
Okay.
What can you tell us about this one?
The first one is Fatima, which is the daughter of Muhammad, and as in all the pictures, each of the women chose the subject themselves. They chose the myth or the sacred life story themselves. And these women were very attached to being daughters, feeling that is an important role in their lives.
And the colors are so beautiful. Take a look at this one.
And this one is Inekba, the African goddess of family. And
do you use natural lighting?
Everything is natural light, and usually the women choose the location themselves. The first one was done in their mosque, the girls' mosque, where they go, an important part of their lives. This one has Anna, who's the subject, her material behind her. Actually, it was a snowstorm outside when we shot it, so it's not very African, but somehow we got it to look sunny.
And what can you tell us about this one now? Is she holding a religious artifact?
No, this is the goddess Chang-O, the goddess of the moon. She's holding a round glass sphere, which was just to symbolize the moon, and circular, and it's just a symbol of the moon, and she wanted to hold it.
How do you choose your subjects?
I do a lot of networking, a lot of telling people, everybody I know, I'm looking for somebody interesting, and a lot of people know my work by now, especially in Rockland County, so they know women that might be interested in this project.
Okay, and the woman with the drum, now can we go back to that for a second? We're going to go back to that shot. Can you tell us a little bit about this religious artifact? Yeah,
well, this was Miriam, who was a prophetess of the Jewish women, and this woman in particular, well, she is a drummer, and Miriam, the sacred life subject, it was a drummer, and she drummed and led the women through the parting of the water. And so she felt connected because she's a drummer, and she was meaningful to her in her life.
Okay, and then we also have a shot of a woman. She's kind of an ethereal shot. She's in a gold kind of
soleil.
So, yeah, what can you tell us about this? How do you get your subjects so relaxed?
I think because the subject matter. I'm not doing a portrait of themselves. Most of the process, the photographing takes a very short time. The process of choosing the myth is what brings it out of them. They're choosing what they want to express about themselves. So once they've made that choice, and it's the myth that they're expressing, I'm not photographing them anymore. They're expressing that element, that aspect of themselves.
And once again, this kind of, you have a lot of spirituality. You may not expect to find it at a mall, but it's at the Palisades Mall. Tell us exactly where it is again.
Okay, it's hanging between 4 floors. It's between Best Buy and JCPenney. The 2nd and 3rd floor, you can see it, and until July 31st, and you can also go to my website, womenofrockland.com, to get more information on the project.
And of course you can always go to our website to get more information on it as well. A reminder, it is running through July 31st. And Lisa Levart, artist from Rockland County, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we're going to be right back. Stay with us here on News 12.